But
There were 2 occasions when he stalled.
yep. And the only way to fix the stalling is to have a good slug out of his brandy bottle.
And he had no starter. Remember, he would put it in reverse. He'd ask us all to get out. And he'd put it in reverse. And he'd let it coast till he built up some speed. And then he'd pop the clutch, rev the engine, slam on the brakes, and then drive up to pick us up again because the starter motor had gone. Do you remember that?
I had forgotten that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember. I remember it was a wild, wild ride. And I was rather thankful to get back down again. Although it's an experience that I wouldn't have missed for all the world. You'd pay a big price for that kind of a thing in a midway. To get that kind of a thrill ride, you'd pay a big, big price. And then the grandeur of getting to the top and seeing the dream from that perspective. It was just great. Well, sure enough, they built the auto route. Sure enough, they put the exits exactly where we asked them to. And now that place is, it's got water slides, it's got outdoor theaters, it's got bowling, it's got one of the best ski developments around. It's got the best equestrian facilities in Canada. Although it's a magnificent barn. You were in that?
Yes.
Were you ever in that?
Yes. This was before the Olympics.
Hey?
Before the Olympics.
Before the Olympics, yeah.
When I had the original cattle palace. And a great system for getting the slop out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had the chain with the blades going on underneath.
Yeah.
And you just lifted up a board and shoveled it all in underneath and put the board down and dragged it out.
Yeah, it dragged it out. There was a growing pile of compost at the end of the, the barn itself, the stalls, as clean as a whistle.
Air-conditioned stalls.
Yeah. And
the linoleum, the cushion floor.
And the arena itself. Oh gosh. And always someone in there practicing. And magnificent beasts, magnificent animals were there. Put in a good-sized lake right in front of the horse palace. Anyway,
how are you?
Bromont I haven't seen now for
What are you doing?
Several years. And one of my intentions before I leave this Vale of Tears is to go back out and have a good look around Bromont.
What's wrong with it?
I had a lot there. I was going to build a house.
We had a couple of lots. We changed lots, didn't we? We had
No.
We had a farmhouse at one point and switched it for a lot. That was it.
No. We had a lot.
Okay, well then
I may have been waffling to my choice of being up on the mountain and my choice of being across the golf course from the mountain. My preference turned out to be to look at the ski hills rather than look off the ski hill. And
yeah, okay.
we did a little bit of clearing on that property. And then we turned that back to the company because there was a question.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Okay.
There was some kind of legal question about the efficacy of the way we had documented the transfers of the property. And we decided, well, this thing's got to be clean as a whistle, so we went back and undid everything we had done with respect to allocation of property. And, Jack Jackson legitimately bought a lot and built a house on it, and Roland Assorti ditto. Clive Laguiolette, who ran Snap Manufacturing for Jack, which Jack happened to own at that time. He built a house there. And gradually the community grew. And today it's a substantial community. Well, so much for Bromont. Good morning, gentle listener, and Happy New Year. It's exactly 11:32 a.m. Sunday, 3rd of January, and the year is 1988. The first of this little series that Galen is taking were done way long ago last year, 4 or 5 days ago. Now, one item that hangs out, or hangs over from the previous discussions, and that is that I, with my tired old memory, couldn't remember the name of the man who sent me up to Lake Sulphite Pulp. His name was R.O. Bob Sweezy. And incidentally, Sweezy, besides being a brilliant engineer and a tremendous promoter, was an extremely wealthy man and was one of 4 titans to graduate from the School of Royal Securities, which really was put up by Max Aiken, who became Lord Beaverbrook, Churchill's aide-de-camp and right-hand man in the production of aircraft in Britain during the war. Another of the great fortunes was Ward Pitfield, whose name remains in Pitfield Mackay Ross, the stockbrokers. The third fortune was, I've given you 3. The fourth was perhaps the greatest of them all, and that was Isaac Walton Killam, who arranged his estate in such a manner that the estate paid maximum succession duties, because Killam had the feeling that there was no other agency in Canada that could administer his funds in any more useful manner for the country than the nation itself. The money was so vast, the succession duties were so vast, that they, coupled with a much more modest but still substantial chunk of succession duties from the estate of Sir James Dunn, who both died in the same year, died in the year when the Liberal government, as was their old wont, were going to record a surplus on national accounts. The surplus would have been so bulged by the revenues from the succession duties of these 2 estates that the government got together and decided these won't go into general funds. And those succession duties were lumped into a fund which finances the Canada Council even today. Anyway, that was started off as a tag in from some of the stuff we've been talking about earlier.
I'll give you one to start with, Dad.
Okay, what's that?
Tell me about the bicycle accident and what happened afterwards.